My paint are ready. I add them on my paper canvas. So it's yellow. I use two different yellow. Cadmium yellow, it's a little bit warmer yellow, and gold yellow, just a bit cooler, and orange, red with black, and just a bit white color. And the painting that I want to use is this one. So I use circle shape for sun, and around it I make a little bit this yellow, which is gold yellow, and I mix it with white color, and around I use my orange tone. And when I move on, I move toward the red color a little bit, and here a little darker tone. I mix my red with black to reach this darkness, but all the background is covered by circly shape like that. And then after it gets dry, we can add trees and pumpkins with red on top. And then I can choose this one a little bit orange around it. And if I want more, so I prefer to mix with my palette knife, I choose more yellow, gold yellow, choose more orange, mix both together. Make sure to clean your palette knife. And then we take heavy paint like this and apply around our moon. And follow circular shape or curve shape. And even if the brush stroke be visible, doesn't matter, which is so nice and lovely. And even you can back to your yellow again, cover these edges to disappear separation line between yellow and the orange color that we have. I prefer to work with heavy paint to make a texture on top of my painting. Because of that, I try to use less pressure on my hand and make sure everything is okay and not lifting up paint from my surface. So with less pressure, you can have texture on your painting. So I move around, make it more bigger. And I try to cover all the white of my canvas with heavy paint. Now I need again more yellow, more orange. This time I add more orange because for here it was more yellowy. Now I would like to move on into the darker tone, so I add more orange on my paint. Now I move on just a bit more darker. follow beside this orange and try to move a little bit with one brush stroke into that, and try all the stroke be nice and clean and visible. Even you can pass from this paper tape, that's fine. Just a tiny bit white we can take and apply here. Move on because it still is wet, so to want to see a little bit difference between these colors, I would like to make it a little lighter for here. So just a bit white color can move it into the light tone. Even again back to pure gold yellow for the further. But this happens when both color be wet. When everything is dry, you are not able to move them, fade into each other. And heavy paint help your color have a chance to be more time to be wet. Then clean your brush. Now we need a little bit more darker tone. So again back to orange. More orange this time to add. And just a little bit black we need to add into red color to move on into the darker tone. Just very less and tiny, because black it's so powerful and can change very huge your paint. We don't want to see that huge change, just a bit would be enough. And then take some to cover here. You can move on red part a little bit and then help it fade into red. And then again clean your brush. Even if you see that your red is need to be more, back to your red color, bring it into reddish brown that you make. And then we can wait everything completely get dry. It takes a little bit more time because we use heavy paint in our painting. Or we can use, if we are in a rush, we can use hair dryer to help our painting dry fast. Now I choose my flat brush and black color. I can take some I try to work more with my tip of brush, not hold the brush, just the tip. I start with tree. I can shape my tree from the bottom part. Start with trunk of tree, move up. This is just one side. I can start the branch as well. Shape it like that. Just with the tip of my brush, I can do everything narrow like this, narrow line, even like that. But we need to take our brush like this straight on top of our canvas and use just the tip of our brush. So I move on with narrow part for the tip and draw one narrow line. We can go like that, or even we can finish trunk of trees and then for both sides, left and right, spread the branches. So I just finished the trunk of trees. I make it a little bit thicker. Most of the time, top part of our tree is more, actually the trunk of tree is more narrow and the bottom part is more thick. So we can move on a little bit thickness for the bottom part and use hold the brush. Even you can use more heavy paint like that and make some texture on top of your tree, trunk of tree. So this is the bottom part. And now I move on for each branch. The connection between trunk of tree and the branch is most of the time thicker, but the tip of all branches are more narrow. Very gently I try to add all these lines. You can make some curvy line. You don't need to go just with a straight and broken line. Curved line would be fine too. But make sure everything should be completely clean and clear. You can play to move with your brush, make some part a little bit thicker. Or even if you're comfortable more with round brush, you can do everything just by round brush. Now I need my pointy and round brush for pumpkin. So I diluted my brush into the black color, take some, and I draw one circular shape for pumpkin here. First of all, I go with the shape of pumpkin with the circle shape. I draw the shape first, cover it, hold the paper. And then I separate the details, like the eyes, that should be here. These are the place of this decoration of my pumpkin, and the mouth is zigzaggy like that. And then I can make it black, the rest. And this is a little bit more detail-ish. Because of that, I use a round brush and pointy one, which is more comfortable to go through everything and all the details, not cover all this tiny bit, mouth and eyes. And then you can cover it very gently, everything. And then this part. Then we can use the tip of our pointy brush for some like a lineish, like these details on top. Like that. And even we have some more here. All this happen when your tip of your brush be really pointy. Even we can use some grass here. There. Now we move on for next part, which is painting this bat here, this tree. One is in front a little bit and it's a bigger, the others are a little bit further and smaller. So again, with a small round brush, we can paint them. It's much more easier than flat this time. And again, I switched to black color, diluted my brush into that. And then with the tip of pointy brush, I draw one nice curve here, like that. And then make this curve a little bit similar the wing of bat. And this section on the center is the body and the shape here. Then you can make it a little bit heavier. This is the big one, which is a little bit in front of us. And for the other two is a little bit further, so I go with a smaller curve. One is on top. So now our painting is finished. We can start removing our tape and very gently try to remove tape from your painting and clean the edges of your painting.